Alrighty then, hey guys, what's up? It's me, Priscilla, and we are going to start off our Christmas tutorials today. So, we are first going to start with a Christmas tree painting. I'm going to teach you how to paint this painting. It's fairly simple. It's going to take a lot of waiting and some patience and time to go ahead and do it, but in the end, you're going to have a beautiful Christmas tree painting to give to one of your family members for Christmas, or go ahead and hang it up in the house for this wonderful Christmas season. So let's go ahead and take a look what you need. Right here I have a 11 by 14 canvas, not too complicated, and I got it from Michael's, and I have a couple of assorted brushes right here, nothing too fancy. And you're gonna need some paper plates. It doesn't have to be Christmas paper plates. I'm just getting into the spirit. Colors you're going to need are definitely white, some yellow, black, blue, more blue, a little bit more blue, some green. This is a dark green, and then I've got a lighter green right here, and then I've got an even lighter green right here. And then just a couple of other colors to use in the end. You're gonna need some red. I've got a little bit of purple and some pink, and I'm gonna try to incorporate this in the end. I don't know if I'll get to it or if it'll work. Probably gonna have to use it to the very end. This is optional. And of course, you're most likely going to need some water. So first thing I want to do, go ahead and work on the background. And it's going to take time to work on the background because it's going to have to dry completely before we can actually paint on our tree. I have these 3 different colored blues. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the lighter blue right here, and I'm going to start from the bottom and go up. So we're going to create an ombre with the blues using these 3 colors. And as you can see, I'm going in these upward strokes from this direction. I'm kind of going from the corner of the painting and going upwards like that. That is overall the kind of effect you want to get. Next, I'm going to jump to my second color right here, and you notice I haven't washed off my brush yet. So I'm going to go ahead and take a good gloop of this, and with the same motion coming up from the corner, now I'm going to start blending in. I want to blend in these colors like this, and then I'll wash off my brush and go ahead and just give it this solid second blue. Now I'm going to take my brush and wash it off and just go back with that second blue. Now, with my brush still full of the second blue, I'm going to grab my darker blue and go ahead and get that final top layer, but going ahead and mixing in these blues. Now I'm going to wash off my brush and just apply that last blue to the top. Now, while my paint is still fairly wet, I'm going to go ahead and grab some white paint and some black paint. I'm going to go ahead and grab that white paint, and I've got a different paintbrush for right now. And what I want to do is I just want to give it a couple of highlights at the bottom. And as you can see, it is still fairly not all the way dry yet. So that's good because I want to go ahead and get that layer. And then of course I'm going to come back and get some of that black, and like I just did with the white at the bottom from the top, I'm going to go ahead and apply some black. Now here's the hardest part you're going to have to do. Wait, and you want to wait till it's completely dry. If you don't wait until this whole layer is completely dry, you will most likely ruin the whole painting because you just really want this to stay dry. So now that I've waited for my canvas to be completely dry, and it's completely dry, what I'm going to do next is go ahead and get my greens ready. So I have a dark green, I have a mid green, and then I have a light lime green. So I'm going to use these 3. So I'm going to take my medium-sized brush as opposed to the wide brush that we were using. Now it's going to be opposite. We're going to start with the darker colors down here and go with the ombre upwards into our tree being lighter colors. So I'm going to take my dark green, start from the bottom, and I'm going to make my tree as wide as the canvas. Now, similar to this pattern that we're using from the corners, similar to what we did with the pattern for the corners, only we're actually going to make them a little bit closer. These are a little spread apart, but I want them to be closer to each other. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take that mid green that I have, and I'm going to go ahead and mix it in and give those branches. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab, I cleaned off my brush, now I'm going to grab just that mid green once again. As we get closer and closer to the top, you do want to go ahead and start bringing it to a point to where it's going to be absolutely all the way to the top. So now I'm going to grab my lighter green and go ahead and mix in these together. For that top part that I left a little bit open, that's where I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab a little bit of yellow, and then I'm going to go ahead and start applying yellow to the top of my tree. Now I'm going to wait about maybe like a couple minutes before, just to let this start setting in and drying just a bit, and then I'm going to come in with some white paint so I can give some highlights to the top of this tree. Okay, now that I waited a couple of minutes, I'm going to take my smaller brush and I'm going to take a little bit of that white paint, and I'm going to go to the top of my tree and start giving it a little bit of highlights everywhere. And then I'm going to jump and grab a little bit of my yellow mixed with my light green. And then I'm going to grab a little bit of my white, light green, and yellow. Kind of mix those in together, and then I'm just going to go down below and add a few highlights to the branches of my Christmas tree. Same pattern. And grab a little bit of that mid green. Just to highlight a couple of spots. Now, here's the hard thing once again. We have to wait for this to completely dry. Now that your tree is completely dry, what you're going to do next is we're going to start adding ornaments to it. Now, it's going to be completely easy because all it is just little dots of every single different color. So what I'm going to do first for my ornament is go to the very top of the tree and give it a star. Now what I'm going to do with my yellow and a little bit of white is I'm going to go all over my tree and with little dots like this, and a little bit on the outside and on the inside. Now I'm going to take a little bit of purple and I'm going to do the exact same thing, give some purple ornaments. Now I'm going to use a little bit of red and give it some red ornaments. Plenty of red ornaments, that's for sure. Now I'm going to take some of that light blue that I had, and I'm going to use this for ornaments. Now this is optional, but I did say that I was going to try to use this gold paint. I don't know how well this is going to show up on the canvas, but I'm going to give it a try. Oh, that looks pretty thick. It might work. The final thing you want to do in case you're giving this away as a gift is to go ahead and pick a color that you can wrap around the whole canvas. So just to line the sides of it, because just in case it looks nicer instead of having the white side, and in case the person you're giving it to doesn't have time to frame it, so you just want to go ahead and make it nice and pretty for them. And there you guys go. There's the first tutorial for Christmas this year. So what my plan is, I'd like to go ahead and do Christmas tutorials plus regular craft tutorials that you can give for your family members for Christmas. So I have like a Doctor Who one planned, a Harry Potter one planned, a Pokemon planned, and then I've got a bunch of Christmas ones planned that are winter Christmas related. But they're all gonna be great to give to your parents or family members or friends or anybody in general, your boss. If you want to give them something Christmassy, this is going to be great. So I've got a lot of awesome craft ideas that are planned. All my ideas are coming from Pinterest. So all my ideas are in Pinterest, but I made the board secret. That way you guys can't see what I'm going to do next, just for a big ol' surprise. But yes, these are all Pinterest ideas. This painting's a Pinterest idea, and everything else is going to be Pinterest related. So, and then I'll make my board unsecret again when Christmas is over. But this is the plan for the Thursdays, Saturdays, up until December 25th. But yes, guys, I hope you have a most wonderful day, and I will see you all on Saturday with another fun Christmas craft. I'll see y'all later. Bye!